What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. 2022 is coming to a close, so I wanted to rank all 2022 major hip-hop albums. Obviously, I haven't listened to every single drop, but I think I got most of them here. I sorted them by release date. They might be like a little off, but it's generally by release date. So starting with DS Forever and ending with the album that we're not ranking because it got delayed till 2023. But yeah, we got all the albums here, and let's just get started with this. Starting off with DS Forever. This album had a couple bangers. Overall, I feel like Gunna has put out a lot better work in his days. I think one is better. But this is not bad. It's nothing crazy, but it's not bad. I'm gonna start off with decent. From a bird's eye view, I'm gonna make a lot of people mad with this, and I apologize in advance, but I just think this was kind of forgettable, okay? Now, I've never been the hugest fan of Corday. The Lost Boy was just, was okay. I wasn't a huge fan of his like entendre work. This just didn't do anything for me. It didn't give me any reason to go back. It just felt bland and boring. I'm sorry, not a hot take. Okay, I'm glad the people agree with me. I'm glad. People are mostly saying fair. Okay, never mind. Next up, we got Sick by Earl Sweatshirt. Oh my God, okay, this was amazing. This just shows Earl never loses his creativity. Every new release that he drops, he tries something new and it just works out amazingly. The singles were good up to the release, and then the album just flowed beautifully. The outro, Fire in the Hole, was amazing. Love it. YoungBoy dropped 8 whole albums in 2022, so I'm sorry I don't have them all here. I couldn't listen to them all. Colors was one of the better ones that I listened to, but it wasn't crazy. It was just a good, decent selection of trap music, but it didn't really change anything up from track to track. It was kind of just there. I definitely prefer a lot more of YoungBoy's older work. But that being said, it's decent. I still enjoy it more than From a Bird's Eye View. Next up is Face by Babyface Ray. This album put me onto Babyface Ray. Some of you guys were telling me about it in the Twitch chat, so you guys put me onto this album. But this is going to be our first good album. It was good, had a good selection of features, very creative beats, and I really like his voice, okay? Babyface Ray, he's good. Next we got Me vs. Me by NLE Choppa, okay? Now this was a step up from that like spiritual album that he put out in 2019. I don't know what he was, I mean, I'm all for artists doing what they want to do, but I was just not a fan of that one. This one was a step up, okay? He had like Shot of Flow 6, I think, which was decent. I know he keeps making Shot of Flows, but it was good, and it had a couple good tracks. I'm gonna put this one in decent. I don't think it's as creative as the Babyface Ray album, but I'd say it was decent. It was good. Bad besides the Shot of Flow song? No, I don't think it was. I mean, the Shot of Flow song was really good. The rest of it was definitely a step down, but I don't think it was terrible. It was just kind of repetitive. Me vs. Me is a 2 out of 10. Jesus, I don't know about that. But I'll definitely like rearrange. Maybe it'll go down to forgettable. I don't want to be swayed by the chat, but now I'm already thinking, is it really on the same level as Colors and DS Forever? Yeah, what? Okay, I'm sorry I'm being swayed by the chat. That's going down to forgettable though. Next album we have is Dope Don't Sell Itself. 2 Chainz last year put out an album called So Help Me God, which was really good. So I was kind of excited when he put this out, but it was not nearly on the same level as that. I think this was kind of forgettable. Yeah, I mean, it had stacked features, but it just sounded like the features weren't really trying. I don't know. It was just kind of meh. Digital Roses Don't Die. Now, I was looking up all the albums that dropped in 2022, and I just found this. I had no idea Crit dropped an album previous to before last week. I listened to it, and I was disappointed. It was forgettable. Crit's put out some good stuff in his days. It's not worth listening to. Don't even bother. Saba's album, this one I was positively surprised by. Care For Me, I know, I'm sorry, I'm not a huge fan of that album. Prom King's a good song, the rest of it is not for me. This I enjoyed a lot more than Care For Me, okay? This is going up good with Babyface Ray. This was a very just chill, relaxing album, some nice flows, some nice production. It's just like an easy listen. Next one we have is The Brave by Tom MacDonald. Now, the only reason I include this is because I wanted to kind of dog on him, as I do, as everyone does. But yeah, this is gonna go in its own tier, and I'm not gonna lie, this is the only, actually no, there's a couple other that I haven't listened to in full. Which I'll mention, but yeah, this is the only album I haven't even listened to a single song off of, and I'm still ranking it just cause. Okay, sorry. Too Alive was a bit bloated, okay? It had good songs, but it just felt a little bit too dragged out. A lot of the ideas here could have been condensed a little bit, but he did put out better work later in the year. It's still going decent. It was still a good album. but he put out better work that's going to be higher up later in the year, okay? Don't worry. I'm a Yeet fan. I'm going to see him live. But I don't think it's up there. Donda 2 was bad. Donda 2 was not just forgettable. Donda 2 was bad. I'm sorry. I'm not just saying that because Kanye's been off the rails lately. I've been saying Donda 2 is bad even before he went crazy. Yeah, I don't think this was good. It just felt like a bunch of throwaways from Donda, and the production was bad. The whole like thing of him only releasing it on the stem player was really strange. A lot of people that defend Kanye are saying that this still isn't finished and it's still like being worked on. I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know what that thought process is. He hasn't released anything from this album in like months. It's bad, okay? It's okay. This is Kanye's only bad album. This is Kanye's only bad album. Jesus King is still good. All right. Next up, we got Trifecta by Shitty Boys, okay? Now, this is a solid album. I prefer Babytron's solo stuff a little bit more, but this had bangers like Sly Cooper, Big 3, NFL, that sample from NFL goes so hard. I love it. This is just like a fun album. I listen to it with my friends a lot. This is gonna go good. You know what? Trifecta's going good. Yeah, that's better than these. Yeah, I really enjoyed this album. Next up is God Don't Make Mistakes. Conway is a great lyricist. The beats are always cool with Griselda. I have to be in like a very specific mood to want to listen to this, but it's a very good album. I'm putting this in good. I do think there were a couple better Griselda releases, which I'll get more into later. Kodak gets too much hate. Back for Everything was decent. Okay, it's more enjoyable than these. I don't care what anyone says. It's definitely the worst out of decent, and maybe I'll put it like top of forgettable. But it's decent. Okay, Kodak is not as bad as people say. I'm gonna keep it in decent. It's definitely the worst out of this tier, but it's good. It's okay. Megatron by Babytron. This is also gonna go good. Yeah, Babytron does have one album that he released that I'm gonna put in great. Actually, no. You know what? No. Megatron's going in great. Megatron is going in great. I don't care. This is the first great album. I think it was really, really good. The album cover goes hard. There are just so many good songs on this, and his lyricism was amazing, and it's not even the best project that he dropped this year. Better Than You. Okay, now, I like Youngboy. I'm not huge on DaBaby, but this album was just bad. It had, like, a couple good songs. Hit was pretty good. That one's hype. There was, like, 2 other songs that I go back to occasionally. But most of it was just they did not have enough chemistry. What It Means to Be King by King Von. I remember when I first listened to this, I thought that it wasn't... Whoa! No way Julian just hit me with the 5 gifted. As I was saying, when I listened to What It Means to Be King for the first time, I didn't think it was going to be good at all because most posthumous albums don't really work out and it kind of just seemed like a cash grab. But this album kind of sounded like it was mostly done. Like, it sounded polished, but the songs weren't really like catchy or anything. It's like Welcome to O Block and his albums before that were definitely a lot better. This is gonna go forgettable, but it did sound polished. It didn't sound like super unfinished like a lot of posthumous albums do, if you know what I mean. Tana Talk 4. This was even better than God Don't Make Mistakes. I'm gonna put this in great, okay? I was saying there was some better Griselda albums. I think Tana Talk was better than... Yeah, I think this is better than Conway's album. Next up, I know there's like a very small group of people here that are big fans of this album. I'm a pretty big fan of it too, okay? This is going great. I know some people are gonna be mad about that, but this is just... I didn't think that the other Haunted Mound members would be able to put out such good projects, but this had songs like In the Morning, Keep Out, just so many catchy tracks. His vocals are good. The production is so creative. I love the Haunted Mound style. It's going great. It's going great. And there's other Haunted Mound members that dropped this year too. I think this was either the best or the second best. Okay, so that's going great. Definitely the bottom of great. Maybe I'll put it in good. I'll put it in good for now. Okay, I'll put it in good. Barn Owls was great too. The cemetery feature on that, amazing. Gunsmith Wipes. Hold on, we're gonna keep it there for now. We'll see what I think as time goes on. 7220. This was meh. I mean, Dirk's definitely put out better work in his days. I don't know. I don't have much to say about this. It was okay. Now we got one of the heavy hitters of this list, okay? Melt My Eyes. Great album. I loved how personal it was. I loved all the songs, and I really loved the deluxe, which we actually, I put the deluxe separately. We're going to rank that later just because I have a lot to say about it. But yeah, this was a very solid album. I think it's honestly his second best. I think this is his second best album. I'm putting it in great. Not on the same level as Earl, though, just because I need to save Amazing for, like, the really, really, really heavy hitters. No, the tiers are not Tiers are not ordered. W for Burning Barn. Thank you. Yeah, Burning Barn could even be great. I think I might put Burning Barn great, but it's going to be the bottom of great. I Know Nego. This was a really good album. Stacked features, okay? It had 2 A$AP Rocky features. And if you know me, you know I'm a huge A$AP Rocky fan. Pusha T had a crazy feature on this. The production was great. I'm going to put this in... Yeah, you know what? I Know Nego is going in great. This was a good album. People kind of really talked about it a lot for like 3 days, and then it just completely, like, no one was talking about it anymore. I still think this is a solid album. You're Overrating Sick, great, but MME clears. I don't know. It maybe Melt My Eyes could be up there. I'll put Melt My Eyes up there, to be honest. No, you know what? I gotta stop. No, this is my opinion. I'm gonna stay strong with it. Melt My Eyes is staying in great. It's still the best album in great right now, though. Okay, now we got the Geek Pack, okay? Now, the Uzi songs were great. Yeet and Uzi need to put out more songs together. They are a great duo, and this gave us dub. So, this is gonna go one level above good. Actually, okay, do I rank this just based on the new songs, or do I rank it 2 Alive plus Geek Pack? I'm going to rank just based on Geek Pack. I'm going to put it in decent, but still a little bit better than 2 Alive, just because it was a little more, like, condensed. I feel like there was more, like, bangers to mid-songs ratio. That is the worst sentence I've ever said, but you know what I'm saying. Ethiops, I don't know how to pronounce it. I put off listening to this album for so long. I finally listened to it last week, and it's great. I'm gonna put it up here with Conway's album. Yeah, I don't think it's as good as Tam Talk 4, but this was really good. Very, very, very solid album. Bible by Fabio Foreign. I was really excited for this album because Kanye was supposed to be on the production. I know they mentioned that in like the build up to Donda. But then it came out and it was just the same generic 808 slidey New York drill music, which like I like a lot of New York drill, but like this was just boring. It was just boring and forgettable, so it's going in forgettable. Fabio's album was great. I don't care. Hey, you're allowed to have that opinion. I wasn't huge on it. Ramona Park broke my heart. I know this has a fan base, and I'm sorry to those that are in that fan base, but I think this was kind of forgettable. I liked seeing him live when he opened for Tyler. That was really cool. I just think he has such better work, and this just really didn't do it for me. It didn't give me any reason to go back. It was just kind of there. Stardust by Young Lean. Now, I have such mixed emotions on this because I love Young Lean, and the highs on this, Bliss, Trip, Summertime Blood, Waterfall. I even think Stars to the Rainbow is a high. I love that song. Really good. But a lot of them are just kind of there. So I can't put it in like great or anything. I'm gonna put it in good. It definitely grew on me as time went on, and I liked it at the beginning too, but it just has too many like meh songs to put it any higher. So yeah, it's gonna go good. Still a good album though. Good album. You're overrating this so much? No, I'm not. No, Stardust is great. Stardust is great. Not people calling Bliss ass? Exactly. Yes. No. Seeing Bliss live was crazy. Bliss top 20 of the year? Yeah, Bliss was amazing. FKA Twigs. Shout out FKA Twigs. Reppin' FKA Twigs on the water bottle. Yeah, great song. Learn to Swim by Red Veil. Okay, this is another album that I put off listening to for a long time. Red Veil is a good rapper, and the production is all right, but it just got very like repetitive for me. I'm sorry. Red Veil is not really for me. It was definitely better than these. Is decent. I'm saying all like bad things as if I'm like putting in forgettable or something. No, it was a decent album. It's just some people were saying that it was like album of the year and stuff like that, which no. I mean, Red Veil is a young rapper, and it's very cool what he's doing. And I really, really liked Niagara, but I just don't think this compares to that one. I'm sorry. Learn to Swim good but overrated? I agree. Next one we have, It's Almost Dry. Okay, this was amazing. I'm putting it in amazing up there with Sick. Pusha T went off here. This has great production, great features, great return for Pusha T. It didn't top Daytona, but it was still really, really good. And it gave us the last Cudi and Kanye song together, which was so, so, so good. Conway's So Low. I'm sorry. Yeah, you know what? Conway and Billy are moving up. Conway and Billy moving up. And I'm doing that on my own decision. I'm not doing that because someone said it. I'm just looking at the other albums here. Those are moving up. I might even move. No, I'm not going to move that up. But yeah, I'm gonna put those up to great. I'm doing that on my own opinion. Leave me alone here. Next is Antagonist by Autumn, okay? Now, the last 3 or 4 songs of this were really good. because that's when he kind of like returned to his older style. But like the first majority of it was like him trying to do, I don't even remember. It was him trying to do like a different style that like Summers has done and like did well with, but Autumn just does not do it that well. The last 3 or 4 songs were still good though. I still go back to those, and One Way is a pretty good song, but this is gonna go in forgettable. I can't put it in a high tier when like 90% of the track list is just meh. Yeah, I'm gonna put this in forgettable. I'm sorry. I Never Liked You. This was disappointing for Future. When I put out my review for this album, people were pissed. People were pissed, okay? I'm putting it in forgettable. 712, really good song. Holy Ghost, really good song. There was a couple others, but most of it just felt so uninspired. You know what? No, I'm gonna put it in decent. It grew on me a little bit. I'll put it in decent. I don't think it's as bad as these. But yeah, I love Future, but this album just didn't really do it for me. X album of the year, I don't care what anyone says. I saw Ken Carson live. You know, we'll rank X now. I saw Ken live with Lone, and I love Ken Carson. I love Project X. I just didn't think this album, I don't know, it was just a little too long. A lot of the songs were kind of, I don't know, they just felt like recycled. There were some songs that were really good. Please Don't Blow My High, that song was great, and hearing it live was amazing. I'm going to put it in decent, though. I think I gave it a 5 out of 10 on TikTok. Yeah, I mean, I don't go back. I go back to a couple songs on it, but listening to this album in full is kind of a chore. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put it in decent. All right, Come Home, The Kids Miss You by Jack Harlow. This is going bad. This was a bad album, bro. This was a whole. It just felt like he was. It felt like he was talking over beats. The reason I started before that is because that's been how people like criticize Earl sometimes. But literally, it just felt so boring. The production was nothing special. He was rapping about the same stuff, which maybe just isn't appealing to me. But man, yeah, Come Home, The Kids Miss You was just not good. And I don't think there's too many Jack Harlow fans in here, so I don't think Jack Harlow over sick. Okay, yeah, people got jokes in the chat. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Okay, now I have a lot. I don't have a lot to say about this album. It's the best. I think this is the best album of the year. I'm just going to spoil it right here, right now. I'm going to make a video on my top 10 hip-hop albums of the year. Spoiler, it's going to be number 1. Seeing this live definitely improved my experience a lot for this album. And I love my Mr. Morale hoodie. Every song in this is amazing. I love how personal it was, just like Melt My Eyes. Not a single bad song on here. Yeah. There's not a whole lot to say. It's the best album of 2022. My favorite song would probably have to be, I think Father Time would have to be my favorite. It does change quite a bit though. Look at Me, the album. Now I didn't really want to include this because there's not a single new song on this. It's just all like old recycled songs, but I felt like people would get mad at me if I didn't include it. But it did take a lot of songs that weren't on streaming and put them on, and a lot of songs I hadn't listened to before. Like, what's that one song, King of the Dead? That one goes hard. But like, I don't know, I'll put it in decent, but it's just a greatest hits collection sort of thing. So I'll put it decent, but I don't really know where to put it. I don't know where to put it, to be honest. It has the best X songs. Yeah, I'll put it there though, just because like it's just like a collection album. Clear Cash Grab, yeah, definitely a cash grab. They need to stop doing that, but they're not going to. They're never going to. Cartier God, oh yeah, we got Cartier God next. Now, Dance For Me by Cartier God has to be the most underappreciated album of the year, bro, okay? This is going in great. Cartier God still got it. Cartier God is putting out good, consistent music. He put out a ton of albums this year. I only listened to 2, which are both on this tier list. Which are this one and then Gold Fangs, which is down right here. But dude, Dance For Me has a lot of bangers, and you should definitely listen to it if you like cloud rap. Why wouldn't you include the 53 tapes Cartier dropped this year? I know, yeah, he works hard. He puts out a lot of music. But yeah, Dance For Me is definitely one of the best from this year. Okay, Cutter Lane was definitely the worst Haunted Mound release from this year, but I still think it was decent, okay? Old Highway 28 and Husk Rider, great songs. The rest, there's some like good ones in there. There's some good ideas executed in the songs, but I wouldn't really go back to any of them. But those 2 songs are good. And the rest of them, decent. It's going in decent. Next one is Honestly Nevermind. I know it's not hip hop. I know, okay? But it's Drake and I had to include it. I guess I could have made an exception for like Vices and stuff as well, but I'm sorry, okay? I just wanted to include Honestly Nevermind because I wanted to say this. It's good, okay? It's a good album. It's not amazing, but it's Drake trying out house music and it worked okay. It's nothing crazy, but it's a fun album, and I'm tired of people hating on it. No, it's not ass. It's not ass. Nudi's amazing. Nudi's great. Yeah, EA Monster was like kind of like a weaker drop from him. I'm just gonna rank it now. EA Monster was a weaker drop from Nudie. But if you liked this, if you listened to it and liked it, you should definitely check out his 2 albums that he dropped last year. Dr. Evil and cannot remember the name of the one after that. But yeah, EA Monster was okay. I'm gonna put it in good. It was a good collection of songs. Definitely better than all these ones. Yeah, Nudie's great. And like the other day, I think it was like 173 new Nudie songs just leaked. I have not got into that, but if you guys know the good songs off of that, let me know. Drake over Turnabout. Dude, Honestly Nevermind is a better album than Cutter Lane. I don't know what you're saying. Alright, Fallen Raven. Great album. I loved how it was split into like 2 halves with like his Rage and then his like Plug and B stuff. I preferred the first half, but the second half still had some great songs, like the one about his mom and stuff. This is gonna go great. Yeah, this is probably in like my top 20, maybe top 15 albums of the year for hip hop. Maybe top 10, not sure. Yeah, Fallen Raven was great. Big fan of Summers. Big W on Burning Barn. Hell yeah, that Mounder. Summers best out of Slay World, easily, man. Yeah, especially with stuff like Revived under his belt. No competition. Vinyl Days by Logic. This was good. I mean, I love to hate on Logic as much as I can, especially with like his corny new stuff, but Vinyl Days was good, okay? It wasn't a bad album. There were a lot of good songs on it. The skits were pretty cool. Yeah, Vinyl Days was good, okay? Please listen to Life in Hell. I'll give you e-vinyl for free. I have listened to Life in Hell. In fact, we're going to skip ahead and rank it right now. Life in Hell, very fun album. I preferred Friend or Foe better, but I did like this better than Live.Evil or Live Evil. This was a good album. I'm gonna put it in great. Actually, no, I'll put it in good. I can't see it up there, but yeah, Life in Hell was good. I'm a big Lancey Foe guy. Peace Fly God, really good, but not as good as the other Griselda releases this year. I'm gonna put it in good. Okay, yeah. I'm glad I moved the Conway up because yeah, this is definitely below that level, but no way is it on the same level as these ones. Next up, You Still Here Ho by Flo Milli. This is underrated, okay? Flo Milli's great. I saw her live. It was a great experience. I'll put this in good. It was a good album. I probably prefer Ho, Why Is You Here? That was definitely better, but this was good. 2000 was forgettable, okay? I'm sorry. Not my favorite Joey project. I like that one song where he sampled Men I Trust, and the outro was pretty good as well, but overall, it was just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel like Joey has a lot better stuff out, and this just felt kind of meh. Bro got sponsored by Flo Milli. I did get sponsored by Flo Milli, yes. I rarely accept sponsors though. The only reason I like accepted that is because I actually listen to Flo Milli. I didn't like get sponsored by Flo Milli and then be like, okay, from now on I'm only gonna praise her. No, I've always liked Flo Milli. I wouldn't have bought tickets to her concert if I didn't like her. Red and White EP by Uzi. This showed that Uzi still has it. Uzi did not fall off. This was a good EP. Final Fantasy was great. Red and White is going in. You know, it was going great. There wasn't anything really to complain about with this. It was just Uzi back on their like hype stuff. Yeah, it was good. Curtain Call 2. I don't know why I included this. It's another just greatest hits collection. It has some of his worst songs. They put like that one song River with Ed Sheeran on it. We're gonna put it there. I'm gonna be honest, I did not listen to this one in full. I haven't listened to Curtain Call 2 in full. I haven't listened to The Brave in full. And I haven't listened to where is it? The Games album. I did not listen to this one in full. Okay. So take my opinion on those albums with a grain of salt. Put it in Brave tier? No, this is not going in the Brave tier. No way. Okay, the last Slimito. I thought this was better than Colors. Definitely had a lot of definitely had better highs. I Hate Youngboy is a great song. I'm gonna put it in good. It still suffered from the same problems that Colors has, though, where it's just like the same kind of style throughout the whole thing and does not really get changed up at all. And I think other YoungBoy albums do a lot better job with that. For Respect, for Loyalty, for Everything Important, Until Death Call My Name, a lot of older YoungBoy albums are really good at like keeping the same sort of energy, but like having tons of different like stuff. I don't know how to explain it, but I think YoungBoy's newer music just feels a lot more repetitive than his old stuff, if that makes sense. Last Lamento over Colors is an abysmal take. No, I definitely enjoyed it more than Colors. All right, Gunsmith is going great. This was the either first or second best. I don't know. It's so different than Haunted Hay, or not Haunted Hayride, Burning Barn. Burning Barn I felt was more like focused on like the melodies and stuff. This was more like old Chief Keef with like distortion over it, which is kind of how Cemetery's music is described. But I think Gunsmith was probably a little bit better, okay? Bakelite, No Sights, Gunsmith title. There's so many good songs on this. Gunsmith is going great. Definitely one of the better releases from this year. All right, now the Games album. I did not listen to this in full. It's going in bad though, okay? Now, if you disagree with that take, you might even be right because I did not listen to this a lot, okay? It has Easy, which was the start of Kanye's downfall. It has like a 13-minute Eminem diss, and overall, it's just not great, okay? This is going bad. I'm sure it might have a couple good tracks, but I don't think anyone is ever going to be able to convince me to listen to this album. Trifecta 2. This is going same tier as Trifecta 1. Just another good, fun album. Yeah, it's good. To be fair, the other Kanye feature was solid. I think I did listen to that on stream, and I think I might have liked it. Yeah, you know what? I do remember liking that. I don't remember what it sounds like. I'll put it in Forgettable. It's definitely not down there. Oh, we got Black Thought's album, Cheat Codes. I didn't even have this on the list at first. I completely forgot about it. Someone commented on the TikTok video. Thank you to that person. So I added it. But yeah, this was good. Danger Mouse's production was good. Black Thought's lyricism was good as always. I don't think it was as good as the one that he dropped. What was that, like Streams of Thought or something? Like 2019, something like that. That one was definitely his best solo work. But I'll put this in good. I think it was a good album, maybe great. I think I'm going to put it... No, you know what? No, I'll put it in great. It's definitely better than all these ones. Next, we got No Stylist by Destroy Lonely. This is going great, okay? This, oh my goodness. Every song is just such high energy. I love it. NS Plus was good as well. Seeing this live was amazing. I feel like I say that for a lot. But yeah, Bitch I Wake Up. Yeah, this is so good. Did I write anything else in the notes for this? My notes just say, great. So many great songs. Lone is the future. So true. Yeah, Lone. Yeah, I cannot wait to see what Lone does in the future. I think Lone is definitely one of the best new wave trap artists. I did not listen to the Quadeca album that came out this year. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people like that. Yeah, Vetman's Co is so good. So good. I love the beat on that. Traumazine. I listened to this like yesterday because I didn't even know this dropped. I was just going through like all the releases from this year. To be honest, it wasn't bad. Megan's got some great flows, some great lyricism, but just some of the beats on this were not good. I'm gonna put it in decent. It was okay. I enjoyed the listen, but I probably would not go back. Megan's good though. Megan has some good songs. Have you not listened to Smino's Love for Rent? No, I haven't. And I'm going to see Smino in concert when he performs with JID, so I need to listen to that. But speaking of JID, next up we got The Forever Story. This is the best JID album, okay? I think it has to go amazing. Yeah, this is the best JID album. It's just so consistently good. I'm not even like a huge JID fan. The Forever, not The Forever Story, The Never Story, I was kind of met on, and his other album, it was kind of like they're good, but this is the only album that's like blown me out of the water. Okay, it's going amazing. It's going amazing. That JID album was so good. But speaking of good movie. More like bad movie, it sucked, okay? Pierre Bourne announced he was dropping an album, got very excited, and then let us all down. This album was so bad. It was just basic beats, basic vocals, basic everything. It did not stand out. Every song sounded the same. I'm sorry. Good one, Abe. Thank you. Yeah, bad movie. And next we got Life. I remember when I was ranking 2 Alive, I said that Yeet put out better work later in the year. Yeah, Life is going in great. Life was really, really great. He tested out a bunch of more like styles. It was a lot more condensed. Yeah, I thought it was great. Life is good, not great. No, I'm putting it great. I don't care what you say. Life was a great album, and I'm very excited to see in concert next year. Flawless Like Me. Definitely prefer Lucky's 2021 album with Filthy more than this, but this still had some good songs. 13, definitely my favorite off of this. I'll put it in decent, just because I felt like it was a little, like, it's definitely one of Lucky's worst projects. Not bad though. A lot of people really hating on it. Didn't Fantano give this like a 3? I know Fantano gave this like a really bad score. But yeah, I thought it was decent. He is genuinely the worst rapper I've ever heard, bro. No. Okay, Melt My Eyes, See Your Freedom Deluxe. This was crazy. I was not expecting at all for him to remake every song from the original album, but in jazz form, plus brand new original jazz tracks. This is going great. Maybe amazing, okay? I really like this. If we're counting the original and the new, amazing, but I think that's unfair to do. I'm gonna put it in great. But yeah, Denzel Curry needs to put out some more jazz music. Soul Sold separately, this is going amazing, okay? Freddie Gibbs did not miss with this album. The production is great. Prove that he does not need Madlib to put out great music. I loved all the skits. Joe Rogan one was pretty funny. My favorite song has to be, what's that song where they sampled 3 6 Mafia? I don't know the name, but yeah. Good album. That's going amazing. Next, we got Spider. Wow, we got a lot of amazing albums in a row. Yeah, Spider was great. Blade tries out new styles with every single release that he puts out, and it sounds like he's been doing it for years. Like he just, this is such a fun, bubbly, floaty album, and he perfected the style. It was great. Okay, next up we got Way Too Geeked by Can. This is what I wrote. All rage beats, consistently good, just a little repetitive, whereas something like Fallen Raven actually switched it up. Good album, just didn't need to be 50 minutes long. Can has an amazing ear for beats though. Some of the ideas here are crazy. Yeah. I'm gonna put it in good. It's better than a lot of the... yeah, I'll put it in good. It was decent. Enter Galactic though, this was either forgettable or bad. The lyrics were corny, the production was... oh my god, I was so disappointed by this. I'm excited for Kid Cudi's like album that's supposed to come out in a couple of years. I know it's gonna be like his last album or something like that. This one was not good though. I'll put it in forgettable. I'll cut it some slack. There were some redeeming qualities, but yeah, wow, not good. Oh, Conductor, we have a problem. I think this might be the best Griselda release from this year, to be honest. Yeah, Rome Streets, great addition to the group. This was a really good album, and this is another album that I put off listening to for so long. I just listened to it for the first time very recently. Great album though. I remember there was one part in this album where he's talking about drowning, and then he starts playing like the Sonic when you're underwater. Bum 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 bum. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, this is a great album. Rome Street's got some great bars. Maybe Tana Talk is a little better. I don't know. It was really good though. Next we got this YG album. I Got Issues. Coming from a YG fan. This was just not a good album. I'm seeing him live in a couple months. I love his older stuff and even some of his new stuff, but this album was just forgettable, bland, and had cringe lyrics. Just listen to Baby Mama. I'm gonna play Baby Mama right now. You guys ready for this? Not a good album. The next one is Gold Fangs 2 by Cartier God. This one wasn't as good as Dance for Me, but it was the other Cartier God album that I listened to from this year. I'm gonna put it in decent. It had some good tracks, but definitely did not stand out as much as Dance for Me. Melodic Blue Deluxe. I'm only ranking the new songs, and for that, I put it in either good or great. I mean, the songs were good, but he definitely saved the best tracks for like the main album. I'll put it in good. I don't think it's on the same level as these. It's good though. It's good. It's in the good tier. It's a good album. Thoughts on the R. Kelly album? We actually listened to that on stream like a couple weeks ago. Not good. No, not fun. All right, Bin Reaper 3. Did I just move something there? I don't think so. Okay. Bin Reaper 3. This is Babytron's best album. Okay? It's going amazing. This is so good. Every song is amazing. His wordplay is at an all-time high. He has just perfected his craft, okay? MySpace has to be my favorite song. It's so good. It's so good. Her Loss by Drake. We got another amazing album, okay? Now, I personally think that this is top 3 Drake. Him and 21 are just such a good duo. Drake excels when he's doing trap music. I think it's bangers from back to front. Sure, there's a couple songs that aren't as good as the rest and a couple questionable bars, but bro, it's the Slaughter Gang CEO. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. It's great. I loved this album. Top 1 Drake, I don't know about that. Her Loss was not good. You gotta re-listen, man. Her Loss was so good. I'm still listening to that to this day. Over Denzel? Yeah, Her Loss is better than Melt My Eyes. I'm sorry. King's Disease 3, no old rapper is doing new music like Nas is doing. This was great. Yes, King's Disease 3, probably KD 2 is the best from the trilogy, but this was still really good. Either great or good. I'm gonna put it great for now. The Family by Brockhampton. I'm very sorry that I didn't include, what was the other one called? TM. I didn't include TM just because listening to this did not convince me that it was worth listening to. I did not want to. Yeah, it was just kind of meh. It's just them. Actually, Cartier God's moving up, and this is moving down. There's a big gap between those two. It was just like them talking about how they like fell apart and don't like each other anymore. But actually, no, the production was good. It'll go decent. It wasn't bad. It just didn't really intrigue me enough to want to listen to the second album. But they're like, oh, our last album ever. And then they dropped like 2 full things. I'm sure they're going to drop more too. I don't know. I think Brockhampton just kind of got more and more corny over the years. Do you have Lil Baby's album on here? Did he drop this year? What? Oh shoot, he did. How did I forget Lil Baby's album? I literally listened to that. Okay, Lil Baby's album would have been in good. I'm sorry I forgot that. Oops. Bosky 3.5. This was good. I mean, it's no like Bosky like 2 or anything. It's not crazy, but it's good. Just like evil music that makes you want to commit awful crimes. Feed the Streets 3. This was bad, okay? Roddy fell off after his Pure Souls verse. This is just boring, okay? I'm so sorry to Roddy fans that are still trying to force themselves to enjoy his new music. Not good. Homicide Lifestyle. This was great, okay? Homicide Gang and Lone... Dude, Opium is the future. Both Michi and Bino have amazing, distinct voices. I really like the production on this. I think my favorite song has to be Life with the 3. Great album. Okay, if you have not listened to Homicide Gang, you have to get on that. Homicide Lifestyle was one of the worst albums of this year. You're crazy. Now we got Back to Life by Thai Boy Digital. This was good. It was kind of... Actually, no, this was great. Yeah. It was just him talking about how much he loves his wife for like a whole album, and it went hard. He had great features from Blade and Young Lean, and the production was just... Yeah, it's just nice... puts you in like a fairyland. It's great. Why is Lucky so low? Because this is one of Lucky's worst projects. It wasn't bad, but I can't see it higher. You're missing High C, Wyland, and Crest. Crest came out last year and not hip hop. Wyland dropped Devices, which is not hip hop, and High C, I'm sorry I did not listen to that. But yeah, I'm only doing hip hop albums aside from Honestly Nevermind, because all genres would be crazy. So much stuff dropped this year. Heroes and Villains, or Heroes versus Villains, I forget. This is great though. Yeah, actually no, this was good. There were a couple disappointing tracks. Like the Weekend one, I was really looking forward to that. It just sounded kind of generic. Favorite track was Umbrella. Nudie and 21 Savage, great on that. But yeah, it was good. It's definitely the best album out of... No, it's going great. I feel like I'm just putting too many in great, though. No, it was great. It was a great album. Definitely not on the same level as Not All Heroes Wear Capes, though. Okay, next up, we got No Thank You by Little Sims. This is going great. Not as good as Sometimes I Might Be Introvert, but this is just another solid album, and I honestly think she is the best female rapper of all time after this. I'm sorry, I know. I would take Sometimes I Might Be Introvert over... Miseducational Lauryn Hill. There's my hot take of the stream. But yeah, this was great. Great album. Lil Sims, best female rapper of all time. I'm saying it here, and I'm saying it now. I'm saying it loud, and I'm saying it proud. Lil Sims fucking sucks? No, she doesn't. And the last album we're ranking, because Almighty So got freaking delayed, but we're going to do a stream when that drops, so stay tuned for that, is Mob by Babyface Ray. This is going to go decent. I don't think it was as good as Face, but it was good, and I'm a fan of Babyface Ray. Face made me a fan of Babyface Ray. All right, you know what? I'm not gonna second guess myself. I'm not gonna move stuff around. This is the final tier list. Let me like move myself out of the way here. I don't know where to move myself though. Yeah, this is the final tier list, and now I'm gonna reveal the different number ratings that I give to each of these, okay? Amazing tier, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 0. All right, there we go. Yeah, these are all like 8 out of 10s. I think Mr. Morale is like a high 8. These are all like somewhere in the 8 range. These are 7s. Keep in mind, on my rating scale, 5 out of 10 means average, means decent. That's why I put decent instead of 5, because a lot of people think that 5 out of 10 means bad. No, I like a lot of these albums here. But yeah, this is what I would give the number score ratings to each of these albums. I'm going to put a link to this tier list in the description of this YouTube video. So if you want to rank it yourself, put it on Twitter at me. I'll definitely check it out. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys have a great 2023. Happy New Year. Love all of you. And I hope to see all of you in more streams and more YouTube videos in this year. But yeah, goodbye everyone. Thank you very much for watching.